Hey, Melissa, can you hear me?
I can, George.
Okay, I lost you there. I'm
I was
finally
chatting with you and then I was like, where did he go?
disappeared.
Uh, how's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good.
Well,
Good morning, Melissa.
Hey, Swara, how are you?
I am good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good to hear your voice. Hey, Eric.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, Mashid. How are you?
Good. How are you
Good morning.
all?
Good,
Good
good.
morning.
Hello.
Lawyer Melissa, if either of you guys heard from Emily today, whether she's planning on attending.
I have not. I was just gonna ask you if you had.
I have not either. We'll give people a couple minutes here to keep filing in and wait for Emily, and if not, I'll just go ahead and run the meeting and we'll get started. So let's give folks a couple minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, Emily, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, Emily, it is 9:32. And Eric, are we ready to kick off the meeting?
I'm ready, yeah. Would you like to do the honors, Emily, or would you like me to do it today?
Sure.
We're missing Bob.
We can call this meeting to order. Melissa, would you go ahead and start us off with introductions?
Sure thing. All right, so hey everybody, I am Melissa Shepard with JMT, one of the District 7 safety consultants. And just a few things, this meeting is being recorded. If you are not speaking, please mute your mics. All right, we'll just go down the list here. Lama,
Hi, morning, everyone. Yama with Hillsborough County.
thank you. Basit,
Good morning, everyone. My name is Basit Ali, and I'm a transportation engineer with Kimley Horn.
thank you. Ashley Kaysen. All right, well, Ashley is on the line. Corey,
Good morning, Corey, Hillsborough County Schools.
thank you much. Demetrius,
Good morning, Sergeant Demetrius German from Tampa Police Department.
thank you. George,
Hey, good morning, George Edmiston with Benish.
thank you. Emily,
Emily Hinsdale with Sidewalk Stompers.
thank you. Swara,
Hi, I'm Swara Farheen, a senior traffic engineer with Atkins Realis.
thank you. Fred, all right, well, Fred is on the line. Michelle Marie,
Hi there, it's Michelle with AAA.
thank you. Eric Henry,
Hey, y'all. Eric Henry with FDOT District 7.
thank you. James,
Is that me,
James.
Melissa?
James Snell.
Oh, sorry, wrong James. Hey, this is Corporal James Snell, Tampa PD.
Thank you. Kevin Amig.
Good morning. Traffic operations, City of Plant City, traffic coordinator.
Thank you. Amir.
Good morning, Amir with the City of Temple Terrace.
Thank you. Naresh.
Good morning. My name is Naresh Kothari with AECOM.
Thank you. Dawn.
Good morning, Dawn Lewis, Tampa General Hospital Trauma Program.
Thank you. Mashid.
Good morning, Mashi Daraste, American Quality Consultant, FDOT Safety Ambassador.
Thank you. Matt Weaver.
Good morning, Matt Weaver at Element Engineering Group.
Thank you. Melinda.
Hi, Melinda Nelson, HCSO Grants.
Melissa Kenchlow.
Melissa, Sheriff's Office, Crossing Guard Unit.
Thank you. John Marine.
John, Hillsborough County Traffic Engineer.
Thank you. Domingo Noriega.
Morning, Domingo Noriega, Traffic Engineer in AECOM and Consultant to Hillsborough County.
All right. Lori.
Hello, everyone. Lori Paleo with JMT.
Thank you. Paula Jones.
Good morning, Paula Jones, Hillsborough County School Transportation Department.
Thank you. Jim Reiser.
Good morning, everybody. Jim Reiser, District 7 Law Enforcement Liaison.
Thank you. Susan.
Hey, good morning, Susan Boda with Banish.
Thank you. Megan.
Good morning, everyone. Megan Tetro with Hillsborough County Safety and Mobility.
All right. Thank you. Vanessa.
Good morning, Vanessa Navarro, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office with grants.
Thank you. Isabel.
Good morning, Isabel Zuluaga with District 7 Safety Office.
Thank you. Helen.
Hi, Helen Barker, Tampa General Hospital Trauma.
Thank you. Gina.
Good morning, Gina Torres, Hillsborough County TPO.
All right. Ellen Snelling.
Ellen Snelling, Tampa Alcohol Coalition.
Thank you. And then is there anyone on the line who I did not call your name? If so, please feel free to introduce yourself to the group.
Corporal Jacob Gonzalez, Tampa Police Department DUI Unit and Occupant Protection Program.
Thank you.
Fred Baxter, City of Plant City Traffic Operations.
Allison Global Transportation.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Welcome, everybody, to the May 22nd, 2024 meeting. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting in April?
This is
Jim Reiser. I'll make a motion.
It's Gina, I'll second it.
Is there any discussion? Any changes? Okay, all those in favor of approving the April minutes, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Let's move on with our business updates. Would anybody like to start us off with pedestrian, bicycle, motorcycle safety updates?
I can start. We have a couple things coming up. We will be out this Friday in Pinellas along Gulf Boulevard. They are holding a walk to beach day, kind of in lieu of a walk to school day. It's in Treasure Island, so I don't believe they have any schools within there. district. So they're doing a kind of just community outreach focused event instead. So we will be out there. It's kind of the southern portion of Treasure Island, I believe. June 2nd, which is a Sunday, we will be out at Al Lopez Park. BAPS Charity is putting on an event. They have a walk that they do in the joy of others, walk and run. So we will be out there, hopefully doing some helmet fitting, handing out some safety educational materials, talking to folks in the community. I think that's pretty much all that we have going on. Next month, I think, is safety month. I don't know if it's traffic safety or human health and safety or just safety overall, but keep being safe. That's all I think I got.
Thank you. That walk to beach day, it was really fun. I went to it for a bit last year. Great to see they're doing it again. Anybody else?
This is Jim Reiser. I can add a couple things if you want.
Yes, please.
Just for the law enforcement in the room, IPTM should be sending out a survey on the pedestrian HVE enforcement contract that just wrapped up. Please respond to that survey if you can. We're trying to make some changes to the program next year, and your feedback will be appreciated. And in conjunction with that, there will be a pedestrian HVE cycle for 2025 kickoff meetings coming up probably in June, July. They may have sent out some of the locations already, but I know that they are still refining the time. So please be on the lookout for that.
Anyone else on this item?
Yeah, it's Demetrius German from Tampa Police Department. This month was our Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, and just wanted to put out there that the Tampa Police Department, along with several other agencies within the state, did a campaign and did like a 600-mile ride just to bring awareness to both the SMART course that we have going on in the state, as well as motorcycle safety awareness, which was a success and culminated by the agencies getting together and meeting up in Osceola County. So that was good news.
Great, thank you. Anything else? All right.
Since Sergeant Jordan mentioned it, we just recently put together a PSA related to the SMART program. I sent it out in email blast, but I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat now for anybody who missed it.
Thank you. Anyone on education?
Hey, this is Helen from Tampa General. Tomorrow is National Stop the Bleed Day. So we have partnered with TICO and Tampa Fire, and we're hosting 3 Stop the Bleed courses throughout the day and in the community. We have one in the morning at the city center, one in the afternoon at TICO Plaza, and then one in the evening at Tampa Fire Rescue EOC. I'll drop the flyer in the chat, but if you could share that with your people, that would be awesome.
Great. Anyone else? Do we have anyone here from Cutter today? Okay, well then let's move on to enforcement and crash stats. Anyone on enforcement?
Corporal Jacob Gonzalez, Tampa Police Department. I'll discuss DUI enforcement first. In April, we had 163 DUI arrests, up from 148 in 2023. We also had education presentations at Robinson and Plant High School, where we had nearly 400 contacts. In May, we already have 134 DUI arrests up to the 20th, in 2023, in all of May, we only had 133 DUI arrests. We're already up 1 over the complete month of May. So we are seeing a rise in DUIs. We have a Memorial Weekend operation plan scheduled the 24th through the 27th. We have high visibility patrols, and we're working in partnership with HCSO on Saturday. They'll have the bat set up, not to take anything from them if they're going to talk about it. Moving on from DUI, I could talk about Click It or Ticket. Click It or Ticket began on the 20th, the enforcement campaign. We discussed our participation on social media. We released an agency-wide email requesting an increased presence and enforcement for our rank and file officers. We have multiple high visibility enforcement operations scheduled, 6 during the day, 5 at night. We also have education events set up for car seat safety for our child passenger safety technicians with the agency. On the 18th, we were at West Shore Plaza from 10 to 2. On the 19th, we'll be at our District 2 office. And the 26th, we're doing installs also at our District 2 office. And that is it.
Anyone else on enforcement?
This Jim Reiser, if I could hijack this for a second, I got a thing for the some information for the law enforcement in the room. I think everybody knows I'm the new D7 law enforcement liaison. Couple things coming up. Jake already touched on the Click It or Ticket. Just to say, initially, it looks like the D7 agencies are doing an excellent job pushing this out. So your participation in that is greatly appreciated. Just make sure we do the reporting after that opens on the 2nd, so we can get the statistics of what's been going on out there in your pre and post seatbelt surveys. Hopefully those were completed before it started, at least the pre side. Speaking on the future, what we got coming up, one of the big initiatives coming up is Operation Southern Slowdown. If the agency has a speed and aggressive driving grant, it's mandatory participation in that. Just do what you can. We like to see some operations out there, but any activity related to speed and aggressive driving enforcement during that week, which it's going to be, it starts on July 15th and runs through the 19th. That'll be reported. Report that separate on your grant forms. And also there is a reporting site on the Florida LEL site. And then, so that's one that's in July, kind of midsummer, goes along with the 100 deadliest days of summer. That the state's getting behind this year related to youth safety. And then on Labor Day, we have the Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over National Impaired Driving Campaign. That's August 16th through September 2nd. Also a reporting campaign on that. We appreciate usually the DUI agencies or the agencies that have a DUI unit in D7 are very active during those Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaigns, do an excellent job. Just on a side note, we did have a training and recognition event coming up on July 25th and 26th over in Orlando for the Law Enforcement Traffic Safety Challenge. Good news is we did have 2 agencies from D7 place. I can't divulge where they placed at, but Treasure Island and Pinellas Park PD both got, they placed in the event along with FHP Troop C out of Tampa area. So there's going to be some recognition for them coming up and on July 25th and 26th. And we're wrapping up May Motorcycle Safety Month. I can say right now that fatalities, it looks like, and I'm sure Corporal Snell from Tampa will touch on that, has been up everywhere across the Tampa Bay area, it looks like now. I know that Pasco County especially was busy for a while, so any enforcement efforts the law enforcement can do is greatly appreciated. Try and drive that down, but looks like we might be off to a rough start of the year. We'll see where the numbers come in after we get through the 60-day rule on the first half of the year. So I'll yield back at this time.
I could discuss the crash stats.
Yeah, it seems like a good time to move into that. Please do.
Okay. So from January 1st to March 5th of 2024, there have been 26 fatal crashes. At the last CTST from January 1st to February 9th, there were 18 fatal crashes. So there's been 8 new fatal crashes since the last CTST fatal crash maps. That include 1 bicycle, 1 right angle, 1 side swipe, 1 left turn, and 4 pedestrian fatal crashes. The bicycle fatal crash was on February 23rd at 7:53 p.m. on US 301 and Ayersworth Glen Boulevard, not at the intersection in dark, lighted, rainy, wet conditions. The right angle fatal crash was February 25th at 5:59 in the morning on Waters Avenue and Himes Avenue at the 4-way intersection in dark, lighted, and clear, dry conditions. The side swipe fatal crash was February 19th at 8 o'clock at night on McKinley Drive and Bougainvillea Avenue at the 4-way intersection in dark, lighted, clear, dry conditions. The left turn fatal crash was February 15th at 7:41 p.m. on US 41 and 127th Avenue at the 4-way intersection in dark, lighted, clear, dry conditions. And that left turn fatal crash was a motorcycle-related fatal crash. There were 4 pedestrian fatal crashes. One was on February 22nd at 7:51, 14-231 Damsafly Drive, not at the intersection in day, cloudy, and dry conditions. The second pedestrian fatal crash was on February 22nd at 8:56 p.m. on 42nd Street and Fletcher Avenue, not at the intersection in dark, lighted, and cloudy, dry conditions. It was driveway and alley access related. The third pedestrian fatal crash was March 1st at 9:50 at night on Fowler Avenue and 56th Street, not at the intersection, on dark, lighted, and clear, dry conditions. The last new pedestrian fatal crash was March 5th at 12:03 in the morning on Fowler Avenue and North Drive, not at the intersection, in dark, lighted, clear, dry conditions. It was coded as a pedestrian fatality, but the mode of travel was bicyclist. So pedestrians have the highest number of fatal crashes, followed by vehicles and then motorcycles. So you see on this bar graph that pedestrians have the 11, and then followed by the vehicles and motorcycles. Currently, there are 26 fatal crashes through March 5th. In the same period in 2023, there were 46 fatal crashes. So we're actually down by 20 same time frame. So that seems pretty good. So that is what I got.
Yeah, Lori, the numbers I was referring to has been after March 5th. We've had law enforcement across the Bay Area, especially FHPs, have been very busy just looking at the press releases. So be curious to see where the numbers balance out.
Yeah, I was hoping that would keep this downward trend, but yeah, it doesn't seem that way. Jim, did you receive my email about the other contact email for contacting the DHS&V and the MOU? Has that been any helpful to you at all, or?
I've got some questions from law enforcement on that. I know that Tampa reached out to me. They were having some issues getting a response. It seems like there's a time delay on that. I don't know if Sergeant German can speak to that or not, exactly what they're running into over there. But I think it's a problem statewide. It's either one of two things. They just don't have the personnel to handle the requests and they're overwhelmed, or for some reason they're not putting a priority on the 60-day rule right now, which we can debate all day on what the statute says. I think it's misinterpreted a little bit for what we can have access to as either law enforcement, FDOT contractors, things of that nature. But it seems like I think eventually it'll get worked out for us. But right now there seems to be a little apprehension on the state level to just blanket give everybody access. So if you find out any information or a direct contact person, that would be great, because the portal seems to not be responsive for most of the agencies.
Okay. Yeah, when I called, they still didn't give me a name. They just gave me a secondary email address. So, yeah.
Yes, Demetrius German from Tampa Police. Yeah, we have another call out to Signal 4 Analytics to try to close that loop a little bit. So we think we may have a contact. We're going to try to verify that and get back to the group. Hopefully that works.
Thank you. If we don't have anything more on enforcement or crash statistics, let's move on to engineering. Any engineering updates?
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Megan from Hillsborough County Safety and Mobility. I can just give some updates on a lot of the project developments that we're doing. Obviously, all involving safety. From a pedestrian standpoint, we've got 5 project developments ongoing on Rodine Road, Kings Avenue, Riverview Drive, 14th Avenue, and Linebaugh Avenue. Those should be finished by this fiscal year, and then we'll move on to Tier 1 design towards the end of this calendar year. I think some of you, we had talked a couple meetings ago, our 78th Street project. We had an artist slated to do some median artwork to supplement some of the delineators and mid-belt crossings that we have. So that was finally finished at the beginning of this month. We had a great turnout for that. The artwork looks really good. The community was very happy. So that's been a positive impact, and we're looking to do that in other locations as well. So if any of you are driving that corridor, take a peek out your window and see what it looks like. It looks really nice. Let's see what else we've got going. We've got, so our lane departure program that has been finalized, and we have selected 6 of the top ranked corridors. We have 3 horizontal curve and 3 tangent sections that we are evaluating and doing project development on. So those will also be finished probably by the end of September this year. And then we'll move into that Tier 1 design to address lane departure crashes. We're ongoing through our safe access to transit. So that kind of overlaps with transit access, pedestrian access through different corridors. We have 3 bike network project developments ongoing right now. One is along Shell Point Road, one is along Causeway Boulevard and Tarpon Springs Road. So those are the 3 corridors that we're looking at to make them a little more bike network friendly. And then we've also got our Safe Routes to School program. JMT, Lori, and some others at JMT are doing a great job. We've had our first round of PAC meetings, so we got some really great feedback from 5 different schools. It was Leonard, Thompson, Mann, Seffner, and Junta. So we had those meetings over the past couple weeks. They'll be going out and doing field reviews now, looking at some of the walking routes and really honing in on what priority improvements we'll be doing for the schools and the children who go to school there and walk to school there. I think that's all I have for now. We've always got a lot going on. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, or something I didn't touch on, feel free to ask.
Anyone else on engineering? Do we have anybody here from City of Tampa? Are we out of a rep for the City of Tampa right now? What about our other municipalities? Temple Terrace?
Corporal Jacob Gonzalez, Tampa Police Department. I know in April we had 5 traffic fatalities in the city. 3 were DUI or alcohol related. That's all the fatal stat information I have on hand.
Thank you. Okay, we can move on to school transportation, and I will start that off. We had a terrific National Bike to School Day event around Hillsborough County. We had 8 schools participating. Sidewalk Stompers was partnered with 7 of those schools. They participated in different ways. Several of them had bike helmet fitting events. One of them had a staff member who led a bike bus from the neighborhood community center to the school. And then one of our schools had a big event. We had Melissa Conchillo with the Crossing Guard program join us, as well as some representatives from the Hillsborough County Safety and Mobility team to take a look at some of the improvements that they've done at that particular school recently. They've got bike lanes in and some nice crosswalks and lighted crossings. So it's got a really nice setup, and that school has around 500 kids who walk or bike every week, every day. So it's nice to see that supported by some of the infrastructure. So National Bike to School Day is always a little bit less attended event than National Walk to School Day, because May is a nightmare for anybody with kids or connected with the school in any way. But it's good to see that we still have some schools participating in it. Anybody else on school transportation?
Yes, good morning, Corey with Hillsborough Schools. Friday, as many of you may know, is the last day of school. So we won't have any buses on the road for a couple of weeks. You may see one or two here or there doing some special program or something, but summer school will start back up, or summer school will start on June 10th, and it will run for about 6 weeks or so, including some other special programs as well. So we should see a significant decrease in traffic related to schools. We have, during the summer, we'll have about a third of our fleet on the road at about half of the time that they would normally be on the road on a normal school day. Also, we just got the green light for the stop armed cameras. The public awareness campaign will begin sometime in July, I believe by July 1st. And we will go live the first day of school in August on the 12th. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully that'll, cut down on some of the traffic accidents and other things that these cameras will help prevent from happening. So that's pretty much all I have as of now. And as we continue to meet, other things come up regarding the stop arm cameras and how that's going as far as public awareness and everything, I will update you at time.
Thank you. Anyone else on school transportation? All right, HSIP updates, Mashid.
Good morning. Thank you again for the HSIP applications you have been sending in. We have some under review. Again, the application process is very simple and it's very easy to follow. It's on TampaBayTrafficSafety.com under the engineering tab and under HSIP. There is the application and also a tutorial video. We don't have any presentations today, but if you have any questions, if I can help any way, please let me know. That's all. Thank you.
Great. How about Vision Zero?
This is Gina. I don't have much, long range planning, so things don't happen super quick, but we do have the Gulf Coast Safe Streets Summit. The website's not ready yet, but I definitely will be sharing that link. So many great things that week in October for people to participate in. Really excited about it. And then we have our streets study that we did for Waters and Sly. That's going to be going to the TPO for them to accept that report. But there's a lot of fun things that we're going to be working on now that our LRTP will be adopted in October. So we'll have some studies coming up starting in July when that fiscal year starts, looking at maybe trail project in Plant City and Temple Terrace and some other safety studies that we actually will be interesting to this group and anyone else nerdy enough to care about like this topic is before and after studies. We've been asked a lot by our board because they want to support funding more complete street projects, but want to know that that investment is coming up with real great solutions. And and cost benefit. So we'll be looking at before and after studies, which is going to be really great for not just crash reduction, but also that travel time for motorists are still, I think that's a lot of pushback is, oh my gosh, we're going to have, dead congestion, completely. But if we include that as part of our before and after studies, it'll be interesting to kind of counter that argument. So that's all I have.
Hey, Gina, just to add on to that. So Iteris, excuse me, this is Megan at the county. Iteris presented to us yesterday. They have a new software module called Signal Trends that basically they can set up at different intersections, and it uses probe data to track speeds, delay, that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you guys have that on your radar as maybe a mechanism that you can use in those before and after studies. They mentioned that's one of the really good uses for it. So just maybe something to keep in mind or get in touch with them about if that's important.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll add, Gina, I hope that any before and after studies will include bike ped counts, because another pushback you hear is nobody bikes here. And it's usually because it's not a safe space. So it'd be great.
Absolutely. Great point.
And the other Vision Zero. Well, I don't know if this fits under Vision Zero, but we'll add that Walk Bike Tampa held its National Bike Month celebration this last week at Tampa International Airport. It's a great event rewarding some of our local bike-friendly businesses. Tampa has the largest number of bike-friendly businesses in the country, which is pretty cool. And there were several more announced that evening. All right, are there anything else under business updates? What about calendar updates? I think we've sort of done those as we've gone along, but if anybody has anything to add, now's the time. Okay. Melissa, do you want to?
Yes. Sorry, yes, I'll give a Safe Streets for All grant update. So we are nearing the official a deadline of all of the safety action plans and then the implementation grants. The official deadline is August 29th, and then it will close for the grant season. On the website, which I'll put the link in a moment, they have already started doling out grant funds to several, actually 99 communities. So they have given out $64 million already. And this was the first round of, implementing the grant funding. So they did say that in August and November, they're going to be awarding more communities the grant funding. So be on the lookout for that. But there's still time, if you guys have your safety action plans, or if you need help with things, let us know. Again, the official deadline is August 29th, so there is time left. And if you guys have any questions, let myself know. I know Benesh does a lot of the grant stuff as well, so there's a bunch of resources if you do have questions.
Okay, is there any other business? Because we have whipped through this meeting in record time.
Yay.
All right, well then I will.
Thank you, Emily.
Return you to your regular schedule, hopefully with a little extra time on your hands. And this will be the nice appetizer, because I'm sure our June meeting, which will be in person on June 26th, will is the location still TBD?
Yes, and before we close, we also need to state that at that June meeting, we're going to be voting on the interim chair for the CTST. Eric, do you want to dive into that a little more? Are we just going to wait till the June meeting and then we need to discuss a location?
Yeah, for as far as location goes, I'll see about trying to book a room here at headquarters. It looks like we should have something available, but I'll confirm. And for the election, just think about who would be a good nominee. We'll be having the primary election in the fall sometime. I forget what the date will be, but so we don't need somebody for a long time, just for that kind of interim period. So if anybody wants to volunteer themselves or if there's somebody else under the bus, be thinking about it.
Great. I'm sure we will have some brave volunteers step forward at our June meeting. And everybody else can just sort of hide under the table or something. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you all in June in person. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks,
Have a
everybody.
great day.
Stay safe.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care.